Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to the Anime Talk, the show where we ask, whoa, um, yeah, listen, what I'm watching is normal, I swear. Yeah. Anyways, though, so today, obviously, if you can see from the title, we're actually going to talk about what do you do to hide anime from family and friends and everything else in that between. So, you know, I'm not saying, what's funny about me, at least personally? I know that my family knows I watch anime. They know what type of anime I watch for the most part. They don't know the finer details of the anime I watch. Like sometimes, there are certain series that they will not know I ever watch unless I actually tell them that. And I'll keep it that way, actually, if probably if they actually watch this, which my mom does watch these occasionally. So hi, mom, if you're watching. Um, but she does watch this once in a while, so I know she'll ask me like, "Oh, what do you get these? Oh, this, these anime are crazy sometimes." And it's funny, but at least my folks understand. Hey, you know what? I watch a lot of different types of anime because really, I think they were when they were younger watched anime too, and they were at the forefront of anime coming out, like Gigantor, Voltron. The whole I think beginning of anime essentially, Astro Boy, stuff like that. And so, because they were actually like kind of prone to watching that when they were younger, and they saw it at least, or watched a lot of it at least, they understand now how anime has grown. But more so, they understand that hey, listen, anime exists. There are crazy anime out there, but they don't understand the finer detail. Like one thing my dad, when we and him watch anime, he always asks certain questions about anime and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna go into what he asked, but it's the concepts that that is so crazy because he's not used to that. And I, for the most part, have no really hard time explaining to them that I'm watching it. But to my friends, it's a whole different story. A lot of times when I'm explaining what anime I'm watching to my friends, it's almost like they want to either fall asleep when I'm talking about it, do not care, or think I'm just a nerd that's watching anime all day long and that's all I ever do. And I've never had an issue with that. I always kind of find it funny. Me and my friends joke about it. They give me shit for saying, "Oh, you're watching anime, huh?" I even mess with my one friend who constantly hates me saying the word anime, so I just do it just to kind of piss him off on purpose. But I think it's funny. So I go like, "Oh, anime, anime, anime." So I'll just say it randomly. He gets mad, but it's funny as hell to watch. I don't know why it gets him so mad to hear that. But joking, all jokes aside, though, it's something that I think I'm a little more open to my friends and family about. I tell them I watch anime. Okay, I watch anime, I read manga. They know I do. But I've known a lot of people that almost have a kind of fear of exposing their anime nature to other people. They're afraid to tell people that they are watching these shows. That like it's almost like a secret thing they're doing. Oh my god, they can't find out I'm doing this. This is horrible. Oh my god. Oh, what am I gonna do? It amazes me sometimes because I'm like, dude, you don't have to hide it that much. I mean, honestly, it's okay. You could watch anime. It's not really that big. Oh no, man, you don't understand. If my friends find out I watch it, they'll get like super creeped out, and I'll lose some of my friends, and my family, if they find out, they might never let me watch the internet again. Or I'm like, first off, if any friend, and I'll tell you guys and girls right now this, I'll be honest with you, if any friend can't understand something that you like, so that means if they don't like it and you like it and you tell them, oh, this is what I enjoy doing, and they have some issue with that, they're not good friends. I'll tell you that right now. One thing about my friends, as crazy as they are sometimes, is as much of a-holes they can be once in a blue moon, because I do have some questionable friends sometimes. Um, the thing about it is, though, is that they understand I like anime. They give me crap about it once in a while, but they never give me crap about it in the sense that I was like, oh, you need to stop, otherwise we're not going to be a friend anymore. No, they don't do that. And what's funny is I tell people, I went, listen, my friends appreciate that I watch it. Sometimes I've been able to do this in the past. I've been able to get some of my friends to watch anime. So they're like, oh, dude, this is so cool, man. I got to start watching anime more often. And I've had my one friend where I talked about recently, he's become a huge anime fan, that he's watched a lot of stuff. And, he's started to encroach already on 100 different anime shows that he's watched. And he only started like a year ago, not even now. So, I mean, that just goes to show you can make people watch anime. But I've never understood truly why you have to hide it from people. I mean, it's like, why? What's the big deal? It's not a big deal, okay? It's not like you're doing something horrible, you're watching something creepy or anything like that. No, it's just you're enjoying something that, yeah, at times can be creepy. I mean, listen, I've seen a lot of anime. We all have at this point, I think. And you will know that there are some very questionable anime that I think I understand some people not wanting my friends and family to know they watch, which is perfectly fine. But, you know, for the most part, anime is cool. Like Attack on Titan, my dad's a huge fan of Attack on Titan. He loves Death Note, he loves stuff like that. You know, that's per se, that's something crazy. I know people think like, well, I can't show that to my family, but those are things you could show to your family, and they probably will understand and actually probably enjoy it. But the thing is I've never understood why people want to hide it so much. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't go openly talking to people and go, oh, I love anime. Like, that is not my first intro line to people. Because, you know, the thing is that regardless, I think, you know, introducing anything, any part of your facet of being, like, for example, if you are an avid reader and that's all you do is read books all day, you know, opening up with that line might already polarize people towards you a little bit. You know, people need to know a little bit more about your personality, your tastes, your kind of concepts to judge you a little bit. Then, once you start telling them more about your hobbies, if they already know what type of person you are, then they're less kind of creeped out by something that you might say you're really super fan of. Like, so for example, again, back to anime. If you love anime to extremes, right? You might not want to tell people right away, I love anime, it's the best thing. Oh my god, I can't wait to go to Japan one day. You know, that might make them a little bit like, yeah, I don't know about this. This guy kind of seems a little odd a little bit. But the fact of the day though is that you could tell people later on after you know them for a while, hey, I like anime. You know, I've watched a lot of anime. One of my friends, this is the best story I've got for you guys when it comes to this. One of my friends, I met him in college, and we were talking. You know, we were just shooting the breeze. And what was funny about it is that, you know, we had known each other already for a few months already, and I randomly brought up something that I think I was talking about anime, something like that. And he was like, whoa, you watch anime too? Oh, dude, you never told me that. And I found that he was a huge anime fan, but he also did the same thing I did, where he didn't say it right away. And I guess, you know, in nature, you don't want to expose, I guess, the kind of likes and dislikes you might have. So I understand why some people do hide the anime world from other people. But I'm just saying that I don't think it's a big issue that you have to do. Like, I've never understood why you need to do it. Why do you need to hide it from your friends and family? You don't need to. You know, expose them to it in a non-creepy way. That's the best way I could say it. You know, don't be showing them, like, Kiss X Sis, for example. Like, oh yeah, I watch Kiss X Sis every day. That is creepy. That's going to make people polarize to you. That's going to make people go, you're a weirdo. That's different. But if you show them stuff like Attack on Titan, if you show them stuff that is, I think, less creepy, like Rurouni Kenshin, Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that, they will be like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Or, oh, okay, you're watching that, okay. They will have a more understanding of what you're watching rather than being creeped out by watching something that you know will creep people out. Like, I don't think I'd start off telling my parents right away, oh, I watch stuff like High School DxD. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, now that I'm 25 years old, soon to be 26, realistically, I can care less if they understand what anime I'm watching per se. I mean, because I've seen all types of different anime. I'm 26 years old almost, so it's a little different. But I understand that if you're younger, you may not want to show that to your parents right away. Like, oh yeah, I watched this episode of this Testament of the Sister Devil, which is a very graphic show to show people. I don't think you want to show that to your parents if you're like a teenager, because I'm pretty sure that then they're gonna go, well, you're not watching anime anymore for a while, Jimmy. Sorry, have a good day. That's a little bit different. You gotta really ease people into it too at the same time. So here's what I think I'm gonna get out of this. My advice to you, guys and girls, is if you are a huge anime fan, but you really don't know how to expose the people around you to it, this is my steps towards it. So number one, you want to expose it in a gradual nature, not like a band-aid, ripping a band-aid off. You don't want to do that. You want to more so expose them to something that you know they will like. So for example, again, going back to something that is, I think, tame, you could show them a show like Death Note, or you could show them a show like Attack on Titan, because I know, you know, people have mixed feelings about those shows, like, oh, they're the mainstream anime. But realistically, you have to realize this, mainstream anime is mainstream for a reason. It's something that the Western audience can take in and be like, that's cool, rather than be creeped out, that's creepy. So those are shows that are good to expose to people when they have no idea of what anime is, and they kind of already have either a stereotype of anime, thinking like, oh, it's all girls in sailor suits and stuff like that. You want to make sure that they're exposed to something that you can control that exposure to. Next, Then you expose them over time to other anime. So I mean, like other anime genres that start pushing the bill a little bit. So you can show them the ones with a little bit of fan service here and there, stuff like that. And they will. And by the way, this is applying to your friends, not your family. Your family, you may not want to show any fan service to. I mean, honestly, I don't. Maybe if you have brothers and sisters that love anime that are getting into that, different story. But I don't think you want to show that to your parents. Just be honest with you, kind of a weird topic thing, but if you want to expose to your friends and stuff like that, then you could do that later on. Finally, you show them the stuff that you think is grandiose, like the stuff that you know is kind of crazy. But you don't need to do that to someone that you know will not enjoy that. Like, if you see that already they're kind of creeped out by fan service a little bit, do not show them anything further that has more fan service in it, because they will be creeped out by it. But stuff that has a little bit of fan service that they're like, oh, okay, that's funny, or they might enjoy that for some reason or whatever, that's a whole different story. Then you kind of gauge the kind of concept that they will be into that, if they like it or not. But overall, guys and girls, I think I'm going to end the anime talk here with, don't be afraid to tell people that you like anime. You know, I don't know why you want to hide it from people. Honestly, I don't think you should hide anime from anyone. You know, tell people you like it. It's not something to fear. It's not like a horrible thing you're trying to hide or trying to do behind closed doors. It's a genre, it's a world that exists to be entertainment like anything else. People have weird fetishes for certain type of movies, like you know, a lot of movies in the West have gore fest movies and stuff like that, and people love those type of movies. So it's not like, you know, a lot of times I've told people before in the past that I've had issues with that. I've talked to them about anime, and they go, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, dude, you're watching something that's gore filled. That's the only thing about the whole movie is gore and people getting sliced up in half. Technically, that's a weird fetish people have. And yeah, I'll tell you right now, if you ever have to win an argument, tell people that. If they love like Saw movies and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, I don't know how you can watch anime and stuff like that, dude, you're watching a actual thing that's called a horror fetish. It's kind of a concept that is not per se, you know, just horror, you know, horror in general, but more so horror in the sense that it's filling the screen with gore just to kind of get people aroused in that sense. Not like to arouse like sexual arousement, but arousement in entertainment purposes. And people don't realize that, but that is a fetish. That's a type of like that is weird. It's you know, it's not like I don't like Saw movies myself. I actually do watch a lot of the Saw movies, but I don't get really enjoyment out of those movies. I like the first one, the second one was okay. Then it started becoming like this ridiculous monogamy of just crazy stuff happening on screen. But the people watch those movies religiously because of all the gore in it. So that goes to show you, hey, listen, people like all different things. So yeah, you're not alone, you know. Anyways, that's enough for the anime talk, guys and girls. I almost said gores and what the hell am I talking about? I'm gonna stop now because this is the part of the segment where I can't speak anymore, and I've lost all ability to communicate. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, as always, guys, share, like the comment. Wow, I am flubbing this whole thing at the end. Huh. Maybe I should just like cut it. Now I'm gonna keep this in there so this way you can make fun of me for doing horrible things at the end. As always, guys and girls, like, comment, share the video, do the usual 9, subscribe if you want, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye bye.